Pentiment, welcome back, dear friends and deep thinkers, and it's getting crazier and crazier. We don't really know what we're gonna see here. Everything is moving. There's a revolution going on that Otto wants to do, because the fathers also of the village taught everyone to read and write in here. And the abbot, on the other hand, pretends the monastery has no money, but he has lots of expenses for luxuries, especially for his eating, for example. So he's clearly lying, and he's also sending gold away like tons. So the question is what's happening there, and it's clear that the abbot really presses out Tassing, and the abbot has to change something or be removed. All the people here will still continue to have a miserable life, or will even all die. So it's hard to say what to do. It's really hard. And to me, it sometimes seems that Father Thomas, like the priest of the village, may be the one stirring up everyone. And we have gotten that. We have gotten a lot of notes from someone mysterious who is warning us to be there. Everyone seems to be working hard for the bonfire tonight. The commons look festive, decorated like this. So, it seems to me that it might be Father Thomas here, connected to all of this. Because he's the one, like, we have someone pulling the strings with all the notes, getting people angry and probably killing Baron Rothfuller that way. Who was a very bad man, no doubt, but still. Didn't have good results, and now someone in the background who might be working on removing the abbot Gernot from the monastery, might be working on that, using these people here, and Otto to do that, like a puppet master. The interesting thing is that Otto apparently doesn't seem to be able to read still, nor write, and Father Thomas has taught everyone else here in the town to read and write. So we don't know if he is a good man who's helping, or is he the puppet master writing up people to remove the abbot and to keep Tassing the way it is, because it's surely not the way it is now. It's going down, and the scriptorium has been removed, and other things are happening here. So now we want to meet like ill Otto here. I think he might be hidden behind that, to talk about purged her, because there might still be some old ways in the works here. But we don't see him. Look at all the flowers, master, and the bonfires. This is our apprentice, and we're a master now. How's the fire coming? Those logs work out all right for you, Andreas? Coming along as expected, nearly finished. It's all in place, Otto. Good. And Otto is clearly now the leader. And while all of that, there's a rat house being built, for a mayor. But it's in the northern part of the city where the well-off people are, and the abbot probably wants to instrumentalize these people to control the city. But there's far more peasants here. But the peasants have no say. But as you can see here at the side, some of the monastery are actually well connected to the peasants. So, good. All right, everyone. Remember, after the bonfire tonight, we celebrate as usual. We will all gather in the woods, and the women will collect herbs as tradition demands. That's probably something that is forbidden by the monastery now. Otto, the abbot has forbidden harvesting in the forest. Please, for everyone's sake, reconsider your actions. Thank you, Father, but the abbot's order goes against God's law. The forest belongs to all of us, as do all its game and fowl and fish. So this is the rebellion starting. Little actions. He cannot claim ownership over that which the Lord gave us to hold in common. No, I'm sorry, Father. We'll proceed as planned. Tassing has never let anything get in the way of our St. John's customs as long as I can remember. We won't start now. There's also a shrine of St. Moritz that the people loved here. It's not clear if this is fake or real. It's an extraordinary story, and the abbot has blocked access for these people to get to that shrine, and that is the last drop, probably, before everything, or the last, I don't know, before everything explodes. We won't start now. And remember, tomorrow I will show you proof that as sure as the sun turns around the earth, God and our saints are with us. Because he's gotten a sign from God, apparently. Good day, Andreas. Hello, Brother Boyslav. You looked upset at Otto's announcement. Is everything all right? Otto is becoming more aggressive in his defiance of the abbot. Father Gernot will not take this news well. The abbot doesn't like the festivities. No, the bonfire's fine. I look forward to it every year, and the festival is wonderful. But willfully antagonizing the abbot by gathering herbs against his order, I'm afraid this won't end well. His order? Didn't you just hear Father Thomas, Andreas? The abbot declared the woods off limits. Anyway, it's not for me to say. I'm sure the abbot will tell you more. He sent me with an invitation for you to dine with him tonight. I'm sure the father will want to discuss the situation over supper. And isn't the bonfire tonight? You're kidding. What does he think he can pry out of me now? I'll watch your tone around the abbot, Andreas. Will you go or not? Fine, I'll attend. Does the invitation extend to Caspar as well? I'm sorry, Andreas, but Father Abbot has asked you to come to his house alone. Oh. Please tell the abbot I'll see him this evening. Well, I guess I'll see what all the fuss is about. I'll meet you back at the Golden Hand after dinner, all right? Caspar, can I help set up the festival decorations while you're with the abbot? Yes, but be back before sundown, all right? Yeah, we're really worried about him. He's like our replacement son, as we have no kids of our own. Yes, thank you, Master. I'll see you later. We should meet the abbot for supper. But before, we'll do everything we can here. Especially we wanted to talk to old Otto, if he's here. Is he maybe in one of the costumes? No. Oh, even Werner is here. Hello, Andreas. Master Andreas, you'd best not keep the abbot waiting. Go on, we'll meet up after supper. Alright, don't get into trouble. Still want to talk to everyone. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Master Marla. I want to see what's in the forest first. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Master Marla. And Andreas is still working now. Andreas. Why are you guys not here? Hello. Hello, Andreas. Why are you not at the celebration? Is anything with Peter? Talk to Clara. Okay. Ursula. Hello. God bless you. Okay. I guess we won't see much, but I still want to go to the forest. I still want to see if there's anything up here. Is there maybe a trap set by our good friend who's writing notes everywhere? Veronica. The old home of the widow. Martin is also still there. talk to her now? No. Our Lady of the Labyrinth. Let's still get in here. I want to see. We could... Is there anything here? How the wood is working, right? What does the labyrinth symbolize? We've been here, which is why I'm doing that so quickly. The Miller house is open. Hey, Paul. So Paul is keeping it here. And the Miller, Leonard? No. We'll not go to the Roman ruins now. That is a waste of time. There's no people here. See nothing. Probably now there would be something there, right? That's what you always suspect. Is there someone in the guest house? No. The abbot wants us over for supper. Go in. Still guarding the shrine. Oh, what a waste. I mean, he must be frustrated too. Being so good at the scriptorium and then... Let's just have a look around before we go to the abbot. Oh, people are already at the dormitory, are they? I'd guess so. Or at the refectory. Chapter house. But the abbot wanted to meet us alone, right? So... still want to visit the monks. Hey, Lucas. Edok, God bless you, Monsieur. Volkbert. Voislav. Rudiger and Florian. Hello, Andreas. Get back to the garden. And now we can enter the abbot's house. Oh, let's not forget to pet Mirabilis, maybe. He'll be a good boy and help us when we're getting chased out by the abbot. Is he going to reveal to us his master plan? Or is there something terrible that is about to happen? Cannot. God bless you, Andreas. I'm glad to see you received my invitation. Are you ready to eat? I don't know if I want to eat with him, but yes. Good. Maybe he wants to poison us. Andreas, thank you for coming to dinner. I thought you didn't ever want to see me at Kirsau again, Father. What changed? Yes, well, the Lord calls us to forgiveness, even when that might be difficult. I think it's high time we reconciled, Master Mana. Please sit and we will pray together. Bless us, O Lord, and these are your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Lord, direct us here toward your wisdom, prudence, and guidance in our future actions. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Brother Voislav was indeed prompt in delivering my message. I'm surprised you didn't drop by at all. That was him. You have done quite well for yourself after all. It is good to see that your time at Kirsau was not squandered. You even look the part of the famous artist now. What have you been doing in recent years after leaving such a mess in Tassing? I spend most of my time doing commissions for various lords in London. Yes, King Henry seems insistent upon insulting the Pope. Despite his title as Defender of the Faith, of course you'd find yourself in that mess, Andreas. Thanks. Why have you asked me here anyway? In truth, I had hoped to discuss the rising tensions between the Abbey and the townspeople. I'd like to clarify the situation for you, Andreas. Okay, let's be... please, Abbot, I'm all ears. Let's be quiet now, and let's see what he has to say. Always let the people talk. They will tell you more than they might want to. I'm relieved to hear it. I believe you've only heard from one side of the issue, Andreas. Otto's little speeches about taxes don't account for the entire situation. Why demand such high taxes then, Father? Oh, we ate something. The scriptorium closure, the taxes are necessary to make up for the lost income. I mean, look at that table, right? That's where the lost income goes, maybe. Like, is that tomatoes or strawberries? Or that's Lebkuchen? That's a delicatessen back then. Probably imported from Italy, right? So that's all. That's really expensive back then. Then why close the scriptorium at all? I don't understand it. Yeah, we're still bookworm. Don't put the fault on me, Andreas. These taxes are a direct consequences of your actions. After you accused Ferenc, he managed the scriptorium. Kirsau is no longer able to keep up with the city's printing presses and artists. There are better uses of the brother's time than books. Brother Gui has gone over the expenses himself. Raising taxes is the best way to cover these costs. But what about prohibiting the peasants from using the forest? That's a new restriction. Pheasant, yeah. The forest belongs to the abbey, and the peasants have no right to use it. Legally, it's theft. Surely the Lord calls for a spirit of graciousness and charity, Father. Neither is a spirit of theft Christian, Andreas. Otto's been reading from the 12 Articles. As I hear it, the document appeals to the sovereignty God gave all mankind over the earth. The 12 Articles, that dribble is Lutheran propaganda and defies the Church's authority to regulate the sinful and greedy nature of mankind. A shameful document for Klaus to print. Look at its effects on the townsfolk. I mean, it's good to leave the wood as it is. It's good for the woods, but you cannot, like, press the people out and take everything from them if they just barely get by, right? It's just not good. I hear they will continue their disobedience by collecting herbs on St. John's Eve. The whole town knows I've forbidden it. Yeah, it's to lower his authority. The matter is grave, and I will excommunicate anyone who defies my order. Father Abbot, but you don't have the authority to do that. The townsfolk live under the ecclesiastical jurisdiction of the Prince Bishop of Freising, not you. Andreas, you're hardly an expert on canon law. I assure you I will have the support of the Prince Bishop. This dinner is going well. Let's eat the Lebkuchen. Remaining impartial will be impossible as long as you're in town. Support me in ending this foolish rebellion. You have a reputation in town, Andreas. You're a successful man, and the townsfolk believe they are like you. I'd like you to convince the other townsfolk, the printer, for example, that this uprising is not in their best interests. The rest of the town will follow, and the peasants will have no chance to resist. We can end this peacefully. Yeah, bring down the peasants. We would rather have negotiations. If he doesn't want negotiations, we will support the peasants. It's clear to me. The peasants have genuine grievances. Why not talk with them and negotiate? So he wants us as a negotiator. So why not negotiate? I'm a forgiving man, but Otto's stubbornness has challenged even me. A forgiving man, yeah, we've seen that. Otto is past the point of talking, Andreas. That's why I'm begging you for help in the matter. Please take more time to think about it. I apologize. We must conclude for now. I must excuse myself. I'm expected to lead a service at Compline tonight. At Compline, something's going to happen. Think on what we've discussed, Andreas. I trust you can find your way out. I will, Father Abbot. Compline. Return to the commons. No, 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 no. We'll not return to the commons. Are you kidding me? We're gonna see what's on in the Compline now. In the Compline hour. There's the refectory. There's the kitchen and cellar. We have to search this cursed place. Go into the cellar. Is there anything here? Oh yeah, we bribed the cat, right? That goes to the large garden, but we would rather go to the refectory and see if there's anyone still there. No. They're leaving all of this. Why are they leaving all of this? Who's gonna... I mean, aren't they carrying it away? Or is that part of the nun's duty? Leaving that mess or what? Anything here? No. There's the garden still. The monastery aquarium. No one's in here. Only leading to the church. Infirmary. No one's here. I'm sorry that I have to do it like that, but it is... We had this stuff, right? We had it. Are we gonna get played by the circumstances again, or what is gonna happen? Is there something in the animal pens? I wanna know. I wanna know everything. There's this house over there. The abattoir. Is that where the abbot is doing his duties? I don't know. Let's see. Back to the cemetery. All the dead people. Prior's house. So this is now Mathieu's house. So the disc is probably not there anymore. No. Not at all. Mathieu has his private little room for his romances. Okay, there are probably romances between Zdena and them too, right? Fall into disrepair quickly. There's the access to the library again. Whom are we gonna meet here? I mean, it could be dangerous, but we're not that afraid. Why is that still burning here? Nothing. In the dark hours, so okay. What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? We can go to the church instantly. We can go to the dormitory. Let's see about the dormitory. Anyone in here? No? Okay, okay, I see. I see you're all in the church. Maybe. Mathieu. Ah. There's nothing here. No one. No one even close. Yeah, we have been to the crypt before. I always think the tower has something revealing in it, but no. It seems we just have to leave. Goodbye, Goy. Oh, let's visit the convent before. Who knows who will be still alive after this time. Oh, she's in another position. Sister Liminata. God bless you, Andreas. Anyone in the garden here? Still no. Mausfanger. Compline. Add compline. Gernot will die, probably. Now we can go through the forest. Let's see. Satya. And the old oak. Is there anyone waiting at the waterfall? I just want to know. It's all empty. This is my first playthrough, right? So please forgive me. I mean, we've seen that, right? 2 innocents. So that's where they bury their unborn children, probably. Like their aborted children. We really feel guilty about this. Really, really, even if the sisters weren't so hard about it. Evening, Master Mala. You're not taking part in the festivities. I came to ask you the same. I didn't see you at the bonfire. I imagine it'd be a great chance to gather gossip. Plenty of gossip to go around if one keeps their eyes open in the forest tonight. It's an enchanted evening. As for your question, I get enough fire and smoke as it is. And decent folk don't like to associate with my kind, even as they like the charcoal. They hate the burner. Other than Andreas, he occasionally comes by, but I guess he has to give good relations for his trade. People avoid you even on a night such as this? Fine, they're not as bad as usually, but truth be told, I don't really care. I've made my peace with the matter. For me, it's a night like most others. I prefer staying sober and observing the townsfolk. Easier to get all the gossip for the year to come, you know. Besides, I reckon I'm growing too old for mischief. Best let others run around in their silly costumes. I think you still have some youth in you. Bah, like the sun rises to its highest point every year, so my back grows ever more crooked. But I appreciate you coming by. I wish you a pleasant evening, Master Mala. Until later. Until then. Good old Smokey. Hey. Such an enchanted forest with all the glowworms. They were so plentiful. Still, when I was young, many forests were like this. And I'm not that old. But it has changed much in Germany. Really a lot. Central town. No one's in the central town. Everybody's got... Oh, look. That's interesting. So the Alban Bakery has no decorations. Lucky Steinauer has decorations. Who also has decorations and who not? Isenkopf and Stolz have no decorations. Lucky Steinauer has. I think that's very curious to see. Does the church have decorations? No, of course not. We can go over there and have our look around and see. Martin Bauer has no decorations. Interesting. Johann Bauer, well, they can probably afford decorations, right? The Gärtners, they probably also cannot afford decorations. Now let's go to the Commons. Of course, Andreas has decorations, right? Till is there. Oh, there's old Peter. We wanted to talk to Il Peter, they call him. Let's talk to Il Peter. Good evening, Andreas. Nice to see you here. Grandpa, look who it is. Eh? Oh, the artist. You're still around. You told me to find you at the bonfire. Did I? Guess I did. Seems like you've got some sense then. So do you have your mask? I didn't realize I was supposed to bring one. Pah, the fools I have to suffer. The masks are to protect us, as we banish the witches and spirits into Pershta's path. She punishes all humans she finds in the woods on St. John's Eve, since only witches are out in the wilderness. Anyone caught will be turned into animals. No one but a priest can then turn you back. Oh no, to be brought low to a mere beastly existence. A grim fate. Stay indoors tonight. If you want to come outside, stay within the light of St. John's fire. At least St. Satia blesses the herbs in the forest this night. Yeah, we wanted to get a mask, but we couldn't get a mask. Nowhere. Remember? St. Satia. One of Tassing's patron saints, Satia was a local pagan who converted to Christianity and miraculously aided St. Moritz's soldiers with food in the dead of winter. She was martyred for her actions. And the women will gather the herbs regardless of that bastard abbot. It's certainly important to stockpile some for the winter. Thank you for teaching me more about local traditions. Hey, Big Jorg. You grab some of those ashes with you after the bonfires died down. Fine. What are the ashes for? It's to spread across the garden. Ensures a good harvest. And that is absolutely true. If you spread ashes to your garden, plants will grow better. Figures you city people don't know shit. Don't be like that, Grandpa. Now that story time is over. How are you enjoying the evening so far, Andreas? Fine enough, although I'm feeling tired. Oh, you should get some rest, then. I don't want to keep you. It's fine. I've been invited to dinner with the abbot anyway. Can't say I'm exceedingly sure about it, given the animosity between us. The abbot, the bastard, can rot for all I care. A thief in a monk's robe, full of hollow words. Sigh. Maybe you can talk some sense into Father Gernot. He's not making it easy for us, any of us. It's not like we're asking for much. I'll do what I can. I tried what I could. Or we can ask. I guess I shouldn't keep you then. You have an important meeting to attend. You're right, I can't keep the abbot waiting too long until later. Oh, we've taken a lot of your time, haven't we? Don't forget to enjoy the night's celebrations. That is kind of working not as intended, right? Because they were not there before, I think, and we had to go to the abbot, and now they think we haven't been to the abbot while we have been. Let's just talk to everyone. Hello, Master Marla. Evening Till, enjoying the festival? Very much so. I perhaps feel a tad old for the more active side of the celebrations, but I enjoy the nights and sounds. You know the word for the summer solstice leads back to the Romans. Solstitium, the sun stands still. Such as it looks at this time of the year, the sun rises higher for a long time, then it stays there before falling again. He might also be the one pulling the strings, right? A fitting allegory for the great cosmic arc of mankind, rise and fall. The way he has... I mean, he's the shepherd, supposedly, but to make up for that, dancing, leaping songs, joy and mirth. The Romans also had sacred celebrations for both Juno and Vesta around this time. Again, blessings for marriage and family. Sometimes it seems as if the festivals are made up to cover for what the young folk get up to. We know there's no stopping them, not really. Sure you couldn't stop me at that age. Young Arthur was both fickle and resolute. And don't they just always enjoy the sense of danger? Yeah, sometimes that's the best way to learn. Yeah, growing up is a path across mistakes and blunders. That's why I prefer to read more rather than walk on it. with the abbey selling books from their library. I hoped I could get some for myself, but it proved to be far too expensive. Klaus and his printings have proven to be of more use and a fair bit cheaper. Does this mean you've read the 12 articles? I have. But that is not a talk to be had on this eve of celebration, Master Mahler. Yeah, I see your point. Well, have you maybe come across any interesting tales? I have indeed, Master Mahler. Oh, I didn't quite understand everything. The text was in Latin. It was by a Roman named Szabo, and it was about geography. That's why I noticed it. The noted philosopher and historian. He was actually Greek by birth. I imagine you were reading his Geographica. Yes, that could have been it. The book was about many kinds of barbarians, which also included a Reti tribe I read about years ago. The people who used to live on this very land before the Romans arrived. He called this place Aratium and described it as a cluster of daub huts, and its people hostile and warlike, only interested in hunting and fighting. There was something about Manus and his sons, but I couldn't understand a lot of it. In any case, when the Romans came, most of these locals were thrown out, but some were captured to work in the fields and in the mines, were driven out. What happened to the locals who were forced out? No idea. I would imagine that after the Romans were driven off, the empire started falling apart. Maybe the barbarians came back. But were they really the same people or nomads from elsewhere? Guess we may never know. Thank you for the quick history. I'll let you get back to the festivities. Enjoy yourself tonight, Master Mahler. Until later. Can we still get a mask from someone? Probably not. Couldn't get anything, right? Why, Martin, look who it is. Good evening, Andreas. Andreas, you're staying for the festival, I hope? Of course he's staying. Who would miss this, especially after your burly boys built such a beautiful bonfire? A burly boy like me, says Martin, would do anything for you, Dove. Couldn't help myself. Brigitte, Martin, we say, you're both feeling very festive, I see. The food, the fires, the dancing. It really is a night to enjoy. It's to honor the anniversary of the birth of Blessed John, a vigil for he who prepared the way. Yes, and he'd have liked everyone to have a good mood in their hearts and good food in their bellies. As a hermit who wandered into the desert, living off locusts and wild honey, he probably wouldn't agree, says Brigitte. Martin, I'd like to live off some wild honey myself, if you catch my meaning. And yes, so are you going to heed Otto's call and go into the forest? No, I'm really not looking for trouble. There's enough of that going round. Even though you supported him earlier during his speech? Martin, he speaks his mind on what's important. Like I've said, I have no personal interest to provoke the abbot. Brigitte says, we're God-fearing people, Andreas. He's an ass and he deserves what's coming. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go about it. What did you argue about with Atto anyway when I first saw you in the meadow? Oh, nothing of note. Andreas, please, enough of this talk. We're here to celebrate. And Martin and I will dance until our legs begin to weaver, isn't that right? Martin would not miss it for the world. That's delightful. I hope you have a great evening. You as well, Andreas. Until later. Evening, Andreas. Say, how do you like the bonfire? We built it nice this year, big and sturdy. Oh, look. It's a fine setup, Carl. Excellent work. I know if we can't compare to where you come from, but we still give it our all in celebration of the light and prepare the way for our Lord. Anton, you remember Andreas Mahler, the master artist? Yeah, I've seen him around town. Son, be polite. Oh, hello, Master Mahler. How are you? I'm well, thank you, young man. Anton's a good boy, Carl says. Let me tell you. Bit of a rascal, as you can see, but he's a good head and a good heart. Likes to hide it, though. Ach, Dad, will you stop? Easy to rile you up, just like your mother. Yeah, what's about Helena? How's Helena? Is she not attending the bonfire? Carl, she'll join us later. Ah, she went okay. She went with Martha to dip their toes into the stream to pick some flowers for the gardens and wreaths. It's important to hold to traditions. Wreaths dipping into the stream? Aren't these more pagan customs? Not so, Andreas. St. John the Forerunner walks the streets at night, blessing any door with a wreath on it, Carl says. Isn't he dead? How can he walk around at night? We cannot do else. Yeah, let's do this. It's just too tempting. The veil between the spirit world and ours is thinnest on these nights. All manner of spirits walk about. And the evil ones, demons and devils. I've never seen any though. And you won't have to. If we're careful, my boy, the bonfire will frighten them off. With the help of the Lord. It's why we have the feasts and celebrations. Speaking of, what do you think of the festival so far, Anton? It's fine, I guess. I like the fires. When they are lit, the mountains get to twinkle like the stars. Oh, he's got a little bit of a poet in him. I don't like when people get drunk and rowdy as the night goes on. They get into fights and all. Anyone in particular? Well, not as much lately, but Martin used to get in trouble. God, Anton's got a good eye. Martin's been a solid fellow once he came back, but he sometimes drinks too much. And he's calmed down lately, you know. He used to be kind of a shit. God, language, boy, God doesn't look kindly on blaspheming. Anton, but those are your own words, Carl. Dad, best you don't quote me. Quote the scripture instead, it's better for your soul. You listen to your father, Anton. I will, I do. Jesus. Carl, hey, what did I just say? Don't let your mother catch you with that mouth. Well, I'll let you get back to the festivities now. Carl, it was a pleasure. Until later, Andreas. Bye. I can talk to Werner. And Casper is also still there. Andreas. Salutations, Andreas. Most wonderful to see you here. So they're friends, right? Now, I see you two have met. What do you want with an inventor? What does I make all manner of mechanical contraptions filled with gears and levers and other such delights. Andreas here is a man of the mind. Why shouldn't he find interest in my work? Do they have something going on? For all the use it is. The mind of the inventor exists to create, to build, to go one step further. One step further toward the garbage heap. Haha. Or maybe they hate each other. I don't know. A very inspiring thought, Balthus. Why, thank you, Master Artist. Speaking of, have you had the chance to look around town tonight? I imagine the sights could also be inspiring to your artistic mind. What do you mean? Well, look at the peasant ingenuity on display. The bonfire itself, for example. It is built to allow the air and the heat to flow through it at great speed, and how it roars. Ah, of course, he's getting into the scientific side. I like this. It's a clever piece of construction, but also a clever man. The feat almost worthy of a university degree. These people have natural traditions. They've managed to figure out many clever things without even the most cursory education. It is knowledge that hails from preceding generations, lived experience passed along the chain of time. Not quite the knowledge of a rigorously educated mind, perhaps, but nonetheless very useful. Yeah, you don't need a university education to be smart sometimes. Well, of course, you would say that. Neither of you know these people like I do. God has assigned them their place in the order of the world for good reason. There's some merit in learning from the peasants, even you, Werner, given their understanding of herbal remedies. Their traditions are profane. Consider the eve of St. John tainted by their pagan rituals. It's an affront to Christ. St. Eligius warned against precisely this nearly 1,000 years ago. Patron saint of goldsmiths, Bishop of Noyon-Tournai, worked tirelessly to convert the pagans of Flanders to Christianity. Interesting. Where did this newfound piety come from? Don't pretend to know anything about me. I've been on the pilgrimage to Aachen. Very, very important town in medieval Germany. Also a king's elector for the Holy Roman Empire. I've visited the Marian Shrine, an ornate golden reliquary in Aachen Cathedral. It holds the swaddling clothes and loincloth of Jesus. Oh my goodness. The Virgin Mary's dress and the decapitation cloth of John the Baptist. Nice. To be in the presence of St. John the Baptist's beheading cloth was an experience I will never forget. Yeah. Prophet and forerunner of Jesus Christ, as its name suggests, he was responsible for baptizing Jesus. He was beheaded at the command of Herod Antipas, and he was also, the legend, the monastery is founded on, right? Because they are Baptists, I think. I remember right. I've seen the reliquary several times on my visits to Antwerp. Oh, no, it seems to have done you a little good. Perhaps you should visit again. Now, Balthasar says, let us keep peace in our hearts as brothers in Christ. We are here to celebrate. I'll let you continue with your evening then. Good night. A very good night. Oh, and do come by my workshop, Master Marla. I would love to exchange ideas. It would be my pleasure. Splendid. Until then, Marla. Ah, Werner, always cheerful. How's the evening going? Master Andreas, look at how big the bonfire is. The decorations are so fancy. The St. John's Eve festival is a big event for Tassing. I missed it last time I was here. Haven't you ever been to a festival like this, Casper? No, I've never seen anything like this. Can I stay at the bonfire and see the costumes and watch them collect herbs, Master Marla, please? Alright, but follow along. Don't get in their way. I'm too tired for the festival. I think I'll just turn in for the night. I'm not sure. I want to stay at the festival. I think I'll just turn in for the... Yes, I promise I won't make trouble. I'll see you tomorrow, Master. I don't want to go to bed, though. Why can't I? Hello, Andreas. The bonfire looks great. Yeah. Told me to stay away, but... Look, I don't need any more apologies. Got nothing to do with them. The past is in the past. God will measure our souls in the end. Brigitte and Martin look happy tonight. Spoke to them before. They're in a very good mood. Good. They've been through a lot, but still managed to keep their hearts firm. Martin's become far more responsible a man after his return. I just wish, never mind. You wish? I wish Wolf hadn't died. I mourn the boy all these years later. I hoped he'd take up my mantle. I wanted to pass on my knowledge and trade. I'm sorry, Lucky, I really am. Now, rest in peace, Wolf. I don't know. I'm sorry, yeah. He said enough of the apologies. Rest in peace, Wolf. May God keep his tiny soul safe. Perhaps Brigitte will have another while I live. She seems happy enough with Martin. I love to hear the patter of small feet again. A boy to hold a chisel and mallet. A little stonemason making his grandfather proud. I hope your wish comes true. God willing. Whims of an old man. I don't want to keep you from the festivities, Andreas. Go enjoy yourself. Same to you, Lucky. Until later. There's still Ottilia. Well, well, Andreas the painter. Good to see you too, Ottilia. Did I say it was good to see you? The only reason I remember you is because you bothered me about that rat bar on. Anyway, no time to talk now, fancy man. It's time to call the fire. Call? Au da ans, mamma perkta. Nus ardain quest guaud perti. Ve nus clamanti. Ha 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 ha. Did I hear Perchtein there? So what if you did? Did you become a hound of the Lord during your time away? Come to Tassing to sniff out the heathens and heretics? Never mind. Forget I said anything. Ha ha ha. Enjoy the evening, Andreas. But if you want my advice, stay out of the woods tonight. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that is kind of not really reassuring. Let's have a look at the bonfire. The bonfire is much simpler than the one in Nuremberg, but it's pretty all the same. And where is Otto? Is Otto one of the guys here in the costumes? Like, can't I join this? Because I've been at the abbot? I mean, it makes sense we cannot do it both, right? The Rocker House. The lady. Nothing in the forest, though. There's the shrine of Saint Satia. Still. And we were told that some people were at the waterfall still. But they are not here. And no one's here at all. But of course we have to be limited in what we can do, right? So it seems like we must just go home now and sleep. Let's go to the meadow and see if Casper survives the night. I mean, he wanted to go. We told him to be careful. What else can we do? Is there even anyone here? Are they all? They are also out, I believe. No, there's this man still, Samuel. Hello, Andreas. It's somehow crazy. What if we should have taken... Now we feel really lonely. We should have taken the boy with us. Why did we do that? Well, thank you for watching. And happy gaming to you. We'll see what the night brings, eh? For us it brings sleep, but for the others, the abbot and the peasants, what will it bring? Have a great time until next time, and happy gaming. This is Modern Khan signing out. See you soon, and happy gaming.